Alrighty, welcome back everybody. Let's take a look here. Nice and comfortable. So, last video. This is the continuation, of course. Today is RC building day because I've been slacking and working on a million other projects instead of working on this guy. So, last video, put together the rear suspension and everything's all put together here, and I was praising Kyosho for their quality build and how everything is nice and snug and tight and nice and tight tolerances. Very happy, very happy so far. Actually, that's brilliant. And brilliant how they at least give you metal bearings, or used to. Not bearings, but just more like, what was it, metal sleeves, inserts, whatever you want to call them. And Tamiya, you buy an expensive RC car, and it comes with plastic bearings, bushings, there we go, that's the better word. These are basically bushings. What Tamiya gives you are not bearings, they are bushings, basically. Junk! Gold. So, in any case, I did a little bit of cleaning here, and so now we are going to continue onwards and upwards, and we're going to be looking at the suspension. So this should be very interesting and very fun. Let's take a look here. So, without further ado, I'm just going to go right into it. Have a little glug of water here. Actually, it's not water, it's what was it? Aquarius. There we go. And yeah, we're gonna get into it right off the bat. So, number 12, dampener assemblies. So, we're going to be needing 8 of these guys right here, but there's only 6. But what? Hold on a second here. D8. D8. Oh. Okay. Not this one. Getting off to a nice rocky start here. Alrighty, there's got to be more here somewhere, so I'm not looking in the right spot probably. But, well, we're going to need this guy right here. I do believe so. And we're going to be needing these here. So, there is quite a bit of plastic on this car, but surprise, surprise. Here again, Tamiya. What the hell? Why? This is a standard car from 1980. Well, standard. I'm not going to say standard, but it's a car from the 1980s, and it comes with aluminum shock absorber parts, dampener parts. Look at that. They're all made out of metal. Don't have to buy the upgrade. It comes, these are metal kits. Isn't that nice? It's very nice, actually. I wasn't even thinking about that until I looked at it before starting this video and realized, wait a second. These are not made out of plastic. They're actually made out of metal. Which is cool. That makes me happy. I mean, it would make anybody happy for that matter. So you can see, aha, here we go. I'm going to be needing these guys here too. These are the top plastic pieces here. And then of course you have, I think these are the spacer rings and stuff. So anyways, let's take a look here. So we're going to need, it says here D8, D4. Sponge is D4, B4 actually, not D, but it's a B. And these are the washers. It says sponge pieces. What are they talking about here? I know I have the D8, or most of them for what it's worth. Number 4 though. This is everything though, so what the hey? Okay, these are more this is going to be for the front suspension. Okay, rocky start already here. So, oh, okay, I'm blind. Okay, so, found it. Alrighty, here we go. It's on my keyboard over here. So, here we go, D4. These are the little sponge pieces that are part of the suspension. I guess this is so that if you bottom out, well, or at least get close to bottoming out, yeah, prevents damage to the shock absorber, which is true for a normal car. Oh, okay, so, yeah. So these sponge guys, there's 8 of them that we're going to be using. That's what it was. Okay, so we'll need 4 of these and then 8 of these. Okay, drop these guys all out. I'm just going to plop them all right here. I'm not going to be using all of these right away, of course. Oh, there's one last one. Come on. Static electricity right here. Look at that. It's levitating. Come on. Oh, there we go. I'll reach in here. And believe it or not, the sponginess, they're still spongy. That's cool. Look at that. A 1988 and they're still soft and spongy and squishy. Roll it around. Nothing. Brilliant. I love it. Alrighty, let's make sure we have 8 of these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, cool. We got 8. Oh, this one's a little this one's a little squished. I'll straighten it right out. I'll be okay. I'll be fine. There we go. Got these guys right here. These are actually the inserts. So this is the shock portion in the center that moves up and down. I do believe so. Yes, it is. So let's take a look here. So we have D4, and it's going to be Dampa Kara. Oh, so these are collars for the Dampa, for the dampeners. These are the right ones, right? Let me check here. Yep, okay, these are the right ones. Again, these don't even have... They're not labeled at all. No numbers, no nothing. So even this guy here, you know, on a new kit, it would have some kind of tab that sticks off that tells you, you know, A, B, C, or D. None of that. That's not what I want. I want this guy right here. So you gotta be awake when you're building this. Oh, they're different sizes. Look at that. So, not this guy. That's a thick piece. See? You can barely even see it. These are actually smaller than these two guys here. Not by much, just by a hair. A little bit smaller. Good thing I'm awake and paying attention. Like I just mentioned, you gotta pay attention to the details with these guys. Especially considering the size. I'm gonna go ahead and actually trim this guy here just a hair. I'll trim there. There goes my phone. Everybody again is going to be screaming, "You're using the knife the wrong way. Oh, you're going to cut yourself." No, not. If you know what you're doing, pointing a knife towards yourself is plenty safe. If you know what you're doing, I know what I'm doing. I use sharp knives every day. I cook every day and I use really sharp knives. So, I know what I'm doing. I think razor blades scare me less than some of my cooking knives. Because I've cut the hell... It happens very rarely for me. But I cut myself maybe once every like 10 years. And just about 2-3 months ago or so, I cut myself for the first time in Japan, actually. I was using one of my good knives, really sharp. And I just kind of did something stupid and doink, nicked myself. And I was shocked. Like, wow, that has not happened in a very, very long time. So, but it, it happens to the best of us. So, oh, here we go. Again, aluminium. Look at that concept. And I'm using the wrong one. So, oh, okay. So these are gonna be the rears, I do believe, and these are gonna be the fronts. So, and these are going to all be the same length. So I'm gonna start off with the short one because I have a feeling the short one's gonna be easier. So that's the collar. So we want to go in. See, okay, so it goes in this way. Okay, so the first thing we do is we have our collar right here. Oh, wow, that's tight. That's real tight. That's nice. And actually, before I even... This is kind of going to be where I will probably want to trim some of these guys to make sure that they're flush. Let's take a look here. I actually have a nice sanding block over here that I was using earlier. Actually on the TA05 that I mentioned in my other video. Earlier video. Let's get this little shave. There we go. That's better. I want to make sure that these guys are nice and smooth. These are not smooth on the one side. So one side is smooth. The other one is not. And I don't know if I should have the smooth side down or up. In theory, if you do this right, it doesn't make a damn difference. So let's get that little sand. There we go. Alrighty. Drink of water. I mean Aquarius. Alrighty, so what do we have here? So we have these four guys. So first things first, we take this guy and we slide him in. Like so, nice and tight. Oop. Come on, baby. There you go. Again, tight is an understatement. Oh, never mind. There we go. Slides in very nicely. There's the collar. And then we will be using 2 bushings. I mean, not bushings. What am I saying? 2 of the sponges. 1, 2. I guess that's how it's supposed to be. There you go. Maybe this is... okay. I have a feeling this is actually supposed to act as if it's the oil. So these are oilless, of course. And that's tight. I mean, that's real tight. Again, no room for errors here. No room for errors. There we go. She's in. And I'm going to guess that these actually act like oil. Again, I'm going to give these a nice squish here, actually. Go a little extreme just to see. Oh yeah, cherry. Whoops. Of course, one of them got stuck inside. That's okay. There you go. So there's one. Now we do the same thing on the next one. I swear to God, these better be the right collars. You know, you have one of those moments when it's like, I'm pretty sure these are the right parts. Oh, hold up. That's because that's the... No, that's the right one. Never mind, we're good. We good. No, it is the right one. So, again, here, you look at these and the book says it's supposed to be about 0.3 millimeters, but then you measure this and these are 0.3. Okay, maybe it's just me. I don't know. Okay, so never hurts to double check, though. Never hurts to double check. So, and there's only 4 of these, so this slides on like so. Make sure it's bottomed out. Got our 2 sponges here. I guess with the front suspension, of course, there's going to be That's going to be tighter, of course. Less play. Oop, I already built that guy. There we go. This guy right here. And yeah, we want to make sure that it goes into the threaded side, of course. And then give that a little spin here and make sure it gets in there nicely. Doesn't say anything about oil, so... Okay, there we go. There's the second one. I got the third one here. This is going to be for the rear shocks now. Those two short ones are for the front. And these guys right here are for the rear. 1, 2. Again, still a very short shaft, which is interesting. Slide this guy in, and this time I will have to use a screwdriver. I'll use this guy right here to be able to push it all the way through. There we go. Yeah, it's interesting. Huh. Very interesting. Never seen anything like this before. But then again, this is my first time building this 120 scale RC car, so as I always say, there's a first to everything. Okay, slide these two guys in here. Believe it or not, this is actually draining my energy quite a bit as far as talking and building at the same time. Not used to that. There we go. With the fourth one right there. Because again, I usually build this in silence, or maybe have some music playing in the background. Alright, so that's good. So now we're going to go off to number 13, and we have the top caps here. So I do believe it's going to be these guys right here. And be careful. Front and rear, they're different sizes. So the rear has a large diameter hole and the fronts have a small diameter hole. And if you look at these, you can see which one is which actually. So, you can't really tell on camera, but first of all, this guy, ignore him. If you look closely, you can see it on these two right here. This is the small diameter, this is a large diameter. So this is a large, this is a small. I don't know why, but it's easier to see on these two. So small, large. So let's go ahead and cut these guys out here. Link. And it even mentions it in here, so it says here rear and then front. So these are the rears right here with the little plastic tab, and the fronts are the ones on the outside. So impossible, basically impossible to get mixed up, in theory. Okay, drop that, whatever. There we go. Okay, so let's take a look here. Okay, actually, I did a good job cutting that. So rear and front. So now we are going to gonna need this guy here, and assembling these is pretty straightforward. So what we want to do is use some kind of something soft and smooth. Maybe a piece of plastic. Here we go. Some paper works also. You just want to try to not damage the threads or, damage the shaft, which is understandable. This is so small though. How in the heck? Jeez Louise. So, again, short one, front, small diameter hole, front. Don't get them mixed up. And you know what? I'm going to start this off by Not even using any of that. I'm just going to use the screw. Because this is a Phillips head screw on the backside. I'm just going to screw it in like so. I'm not going to bother using pliers. Ooh. Assuming I can get it in there. Non-threaded. There we go. And I want to switch to my normal size screwdriver. Oh, nice and very easy. There you go, until it's bottomed out. There's your first shock absorber. Look at that. Look at how freaking small that is. It's crazy. Good God. I can't wait to see this put together. How much play? What was this? Suspension travel. How much suspension travel you got? Oh, about 1.5 millimeters. Nah, this will have about 3 mils worth of suspension travel. 3 millimeters. That's cute though. Again, tighten until we're good. Yeah, I mean that's it right there. And I mean, I'm not even joking. Let's take a look here. How much travel will I have? 2.1, 2.2. I mean, if you pull on it, you hit the sponginess and you get up to about 3 mil or so. But that's it. Alrighty, let's go off to the next set here. Let's see. This guy does not fit. Ugh, that's going to be mildly annoying. This guy does, though. I don't like the screwdriver very much, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and screw him in. Actually, for this, it's not so bad. Screw it in until you see no more threads. Good to go. There's another one done, and the last one. They even say use the wrench to hold it in place. Yeah, bah humbug. No need. No need. I mean, maybe it makes things easier, but again, using the pliers to hold this in place with as little space as you have with like a small piece of paper or fabric, that's not going to happen. Sorry, nope. I'm going to do it the easy way. And of course, this shock absorber ended up being a little bit crooked for whatever reason. Not too much to worry about, so I'm not going to worry about that too much. Alrighty, so now we have the next parts of the spring. So here we have our rear springs right here. Front springs. Again, a whopping, front springs are a whopping, with no tension out, about 21 millimeters. 21 millimeters, and the rears are a whopping, with no tension, 28. Yeah, 28 and so 21 front, 28 rear. ID 6 millimeters on the inside for both front and rear. Brilliant. Yeah, brilliant. I love it. So, fronto. We'll go with the fronts first. So these little short guys here. So we take this guy and he sits right here. And then you have these metal caps here that basically, they just, what? They just sit on there. That's right. I just realized that. So oh yeah, that's right. So these don't even have seats or anything like that. It just kind of sits there. Oh boy, now comes the fun part. Okay, never mind. We're in. So just keep on turning it until it can't turn anymore. I'm gonna actually kind of pull down on this here like so, and give her a twist. There we go. And that's it. There's your shock absorber. Look at that. pre-tensioned and everything, so you can't adjust any of that. It's all done for you basically. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but there's no adjusting it. It's all just, that's just how it is. You gotta really push down on it and give her a couple of turns. And yeah, I'm gonna pull this back like so. And that's it. It just sits right on top. That's it. Look at that. There's no, it doesn't sit on a retainer or anything. It just sits there. Oh, that's wild. I mean, even on the other side, actually, though. Yeah, the other side has a little bit of a step, like kind of like a small seat. But, oh, that's cool. That's wild. That's cute. Tiny, man. Look at that. That's all your suspension travel right there. Alrighty, now to the big boys. Let's see how much of a pain in the butt this is going to be. So I'm going to actually pull the spring down. So then I have the threads open here and then thread it in. Pull this back some more. Hold on to this tube. Give it a nice tightening. And there you have it. Here's one rerun. Ooh, actually, that feels pretty nice. Oh, that's weird. That's cool, though. Again, Tamiya, the hell? What's with your plastic springs? Suspension stuff. I mean, yeah. Shock absorbers. I mean, would it kill you to include something at least half decent? I mean, granted, what you get stock is actually not terrible either, don't get me wrong. They're not bad, but I mean, I guarantee you this piece here is substantially more expensive than a 110 scale shock absorber made out of aluminum. Guarantee you that. The tolerances for this have to be pretty spot on because it's so tiny, and all of this would have had to be CNC machined, I'm gonna guess. Yeah, it's probably CNC'd. I mean, yeah. Just saying, you know, not complaining. Just saying. Just saying. So, those are the shock absorbers right here. I'm gonna make this a short video this time. And take a break and get back to it again. So again, these are the rear ones and these are the two front ones. Typical fashion, not typical fashion, but these will be mounted upside down like so. And let me take a look here actually and see what's on the next page. Yeah, you know what? Let me finish this here, actually. I'm going to just go ahead and... The fronts aren't of a concern right now. We're going to be dealing with those later. But I'll just go ahead and install the rears. Why not? I mean, we're here right now, so... this is a 2x8 right here. I really need my tweezers, actually. But I left... They're in... Yeah, these are... Yep, these right here. 2x8. There's only two of them. Oh shit. Oh, there we go. That was a little scary. Yeah, don't sneeze. Don't twitch too much. 2x8. And I'm going to need D7. There's these little bushing pieces here. Bushings, spacers, these guys right here. D7, is that it? Yep, that's it. They look like gears, but they're not gears. Yeah, they're not gears. There's 4 of them, so 2 for the front, 2 for the rear. Let's go ahead and clip these guys out. Ooh, these are kind of a pain to clip. 1, 2. I'll clip them from the back actually this time. I'll go a little large and then I'll trim them, so... So here you have it, and I'll trim it from the back, get it smooth, there you go, I mean, again, small, tiny, minuscule. Be careful. How big is this? This is 2 millimeters tall by 4 millimeters round. Again, almost looks like I'm not even holding anything. But I am. Trust me, I am. So the way this actually works is... So, these shock absorbers here will slide in over this guy. I don't really like the fact that that's on threads here, but I'm not going to complain. And these will give you friction. So what you do is this guy slides in like so. And this is actually, this holds the shock absorber in place. Make sure that you have the, let's take a look here. You can't see it, but there's a smooth shaft basically. That smooth side should be facing towards the shock absorber. And you're supposed to put it on here like so and basically start turning. Oh man, this is, oh okay, never mind, that's actually not too terrible. It's a little rough on the fingers, but you'll have calluses after this, that's for sure. And maybe no feeling in your tips of your fingers for a couple of weeks. But yeah. Pliers. Start it by hand, finish it with pliers. Oh Jesus, even my pliers don't work. Holy moly. There you go, I gotta go sideways. Again, slow and steady. And as you will see here, you don't want to go all, I think actually, no, never mind. You do want to go basically all the way down. And I guess this is so that, I mean, they could have used a metal screw, but you'd have to double them up so that this thing does not come undone while you're racing, or you'd have to put Loctite on it. And on this size of a screw, Loctite, yeah, I don't recommend it. I mean, you can do it obviously if you know what you're doing, but a little whiff of Loctite, or you know, or the pipe sealant stuff, the white tape pipe sealant stuff would work pretty good too, I think, if you want to be able to get it off in the future. But this is just so that you know, it does two things at once. One, it holds the shock in place, and two, it's, well, yeah, it's just one less part that you have to worry about. So alrighty, I'm gonna stop there. This has about 1 thread worth of a gap on that side. I think 1 thread sounds about fine. Oop, make sure to put the shock in. And again, make sure that the aluminum side is facing upwards, okay? It would suck if you actually put this together and you screwed this in and realized, oh, it's upside down. Whoops. Same thing with this guy here. Let's do a little close up here. You can kind of see it. There's the smooth side is here, and you should have it pointing towards the shock absorber. Smooth side, shaft, whatever. I don't know what not a recess, but a lip, yeah, I guess you could call it a lip. Okay, this side's going in a little bit easier. It starts off easy and then it gets, gets painful. Easy to painful. New scale. If it's either easy or it's painful. If it's painful, it's most likely difficult. So here again, I'm just going to go ahead and I got 2 threads here. Bring it down to 1. And there's another way to check to see if it's even. You just take it and bend them down or up and see So this guy's a little bit tighter, so I'm going to go ahead and match him up actually. Sirens blaring away. Jesus. Now what? Alrighty, that looks pretty good. That could be a little bit tighter. There we go. Now we go to the bottom here, and then yeah, just got these two screws here. And again here, you should have about, it says to have about a 1mm gap. And you want to start off with the inside first. I guess you could go outside, inside. I don't know. I'm going to go outside because these are, you know, you can adjust these. There's 2 points that you can adjust these at. Well, at the bottom at least. I'm going to go for the outside. I'm going to be a rebel. They say inside, but I'm going to go outside. I'll probably regret it later on. Ooh, shooteramics. Make sure it goes in straight. I'm going to go with the outside because that's what I want. Use the calipers here, set it to 1 mil. That's about 1 mil. Oh, that actually feels pretty nice. That's actually quite satisfying. That is actually quite satisfying. Oh, that's cool. Oh, wow. Whoops, that's not good. Yeah, I'm going to go with the outside. If you go on the outside, it'll actually lower the card just a hair more. And I don't know. I just have this gut feeling that outside's going to be better than the inside. Go ahead and get the screw situated here. Again, this is just so small. Freaking hard to get it going. Come on. There we go. Once it goes, though, it goes real nice. It's not terribly difficult. So, and again, they say 1mm. I'm going to start off with 1 mil and then see how tight I can get it without it binding up, of course. So, right off the bat, this side's a little bit snugger, so let's give her a little turn here. So, as you can see, got a little bit of play here. Not a ton of play. We'll go ahead and compress the suspension, and oh yeah, we can go way tighter. Hell yeah. Let's go tighter. A little bit tighter. A lot of times you just, yeah, gotta go by feel. Instructions are always a good starting point, but yeah, I can go way tighter. Look at that. I'm going to go the thickness of a washer, if that much. Match both sides here. And just make sure that there's no binding. No excess, or excessive, sorry, not excess, excessive resistance. Yeah, see, this guy sounds like it's binding up. No, it's just me. There we go. There's your suspension all done. All mounted up. Just a little bit closer. There you have it. Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it off here. Again, just making sure everything is moving smoothly. And feels great. Almost no play, just a little bit of play here. And even when you compress it, it's not binding. You still got a little bit of play here. Same thing on this side, you got a little bit of play. barely any play. But, you know, again, I see here. You can move this around just a little bit, so nothing's binding. We are good to go. And arms are parallel. I like that. Cool. Alrighty, so that concludes the rear suspension. And I'm going to take a break here and continue onwards and upwards. Next page, and here we have the dreaded Kyosho made a mistake, how to add this little note. This is the note when I first unboxed it that fell out. The tape is wasted. But it basically says that both BMW and Mercedes models use the same screw holes. So, and that the book is wrong. So, anyways, alrighty. Hope you all enjoyed that, and soon we'll have a car, and it's getting exciting. Alrighty, so hope this was useful for somebody. Hope you all enjoyed. My neighbors are making smells like karaage chicken. It smells good. Anyways, alrighty. So I will talk to you guys. Well, I'll see you in the next video, and continue with the front suspension is going to be up next. And then from the front suspension, we get to mount everything to the metal undercarriage. That should be fun. So should be very good. I will see you then.